Hello everyone, this is teacher Susie and welcome to my class. In this video, we are going to discuss about the similarity of figures. So we can say that two figures are similar if they have the same shape but doesn't necessarily of the same size. So again, ang dalawang figures daw ay similar kapag pareho ang kanilang shape, pero hindi naman kinakailangan na pareho ang kanilang size. Alright? And in solving for similar figures, we will be using these properties. So, ang sabi, two figures are similar if their corresponding angles are congruent and the ratios of the lengths of their corresponding sides are equal. So, let's have an example para mas maintindihan natin siya. Okay? So, let's have two similar figures. Okay? Let me draw two triangles. So, let's have this triangle, a smaller one, and let me draw a triangle which is bigger than the first one. Okay, so we have here these two triangles. Let's name it, so the smaller triangle, let me name it as triangle ABC. And the other one, let me name it as triangle DEF. Alright? So let's say these two triangles are similar. Okay, so that's the given. So ang sabi, triangle ABC, which is the smaller triangle, is similar. So this is the symbol for similarity. Is similar to the bigger triangle, which is DEF. Okay, so again, ABC, triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Okay, so since these two are congruent, or are similar rather, so from here sa ating property, ang sabi, two figures are similar if, number one, their corresponding angles are congruent. So since these two are similar, ibig sabihin, ang corresponding angles nila are congruent. So when we have angle A, so angle A, since ang angle that corresponds to angle A sa pangalawang triangle is angle D, we can say that angle A is congruent to angle D. Alright? And then angle B, it corresponds to angle E. So therefore, we can say that angle B is congruent to angle E. And the third angle, angle C, since it corresponds to angle F, therefore, we can say that angle C is congruent to angle F. So, ito po ang ibig sabihin ng first property or, first property ng two similar figures. Their corresponding angles are congruent. Okay? And then another thing, number two, the ratios of the lengths of corresponding sides are equal or proportion. Okay? The ratio of corresponding sides are equal or congruent. So let's identify the corresponding sides. So when we have this side, which is side AB, it corresponds to side DE. So let's write their ratio. So let me first write the side of the smaller triangle. So that is side AB. Okay, over its corresponding side to the other triangle, which is DE. So that is equal daw to the ratio of the other corresponding side. So if we're going to have here BC, it corresponds to EF. So let's write its ratio. So that will be BC over EF. Alright? So equal yung ratios. Okay, itong dalawang ratios na ito ng corresponding sides ng dalawang triangles, ng dalawang similar triangles na ito ay equal daw. Okay? And if you notice, since on the first ratio, I wrote on the numerator the smaller, okay, the smaller triangle. So on the second ratio, of course, yung smaller triangle din, okay, ang nasa numerator. Alright? Or if ito ang una kong isinulat, yung corresponding side ng bigger triangle, dito sa unang ratio, the rest ng mga ratios na isusulat ko, dapat nasa numerator itong ating ang corresponding side ng bigger triangle. Okay, so consistency for that. And may third side pa siya. So this is also equal to the third side, which is AC. Okay, AC, since it corresponds to DF, the ratio for that will be AC over DF. Okay? Or we can have the combination or equation lang ng ng ratio ng two sides. So we can have here AB over DE is equal to BC over EF. Or itong dalawa lang na to, BC over EF is equal to AC over DF. And itong combination ng first ratio or equation ng first and last ratio. So we can have here AB over DE is equal to AC over DF. Alright? And itong mga to ay makakatulong sa atin. These equations will help us to solve for the missing sides or the missing parts of different similar figures. Okay? So let's have an example. Lagyan natin ng value itong mga sides nitong similar triangles natin na to. Let's say AB is 4 units. And then AC, let's say, is 8 units. And then BC is 6 units. So, kompleto yung measurement ng sides ng ating first triangle. And on the second triangle, lagyan lang natin ng value yung EF. Okay? Let's say EF is 16. So, it means nawawala yung dalawang sides nitong bigger triangle. DE at saka DF. Okay? So, for us to do or for us to be able to solve for the missing parts of the bigger triangle, so we will be using the properties. And since sides ang nawawala, so gagamitin natin itong second property in which the ratios of the lengths of the corresponding sides are equal. Okay? And if we are going to formulate an equation for this, okay, dapat yung ratio ng other corresponding sides ay kompleto. Okay? So, kung titingnan natin dito, complete yung sa BC tsaka EF. Complete yung measurement. So, may measurement ang BC which is 8 and may measurement din ng EF which is 16. So, pwede natin i-pair dito yung ratio na gusto natin, yung ratio ng parts na gusto nating hanapin or yung nawawalang parts. Okay? Let's say, here, we'd like to solve for DE. Okay, so we'd like to solve for DE. So we will write its ratio. So DE, since it corresponds to AB, okay, so isusulat natin ang ratio niyan. DE over AB is equal to, so kailangan ratio na complete dito sa other side of the equal sign. So that is ito, BC tsaka EF. And since sa numerator yung DE, numerator ko siyang isinulat. So, sa numerator ko rin isusulat yung EF. EF over BC. Alright? So, the same lang siya dito sa una nating sinulat. Okay? Kaya lang dito kasi nasa numerator natin yung value ng smaller triangle. Dito, binaligtad natin. Okay? Yung bigger triangle naman, yung nasa numerator. Alright? And if we're going to solve for the value of DE, ito nga. So, let us substitute the other values na given. So, we will have here DE over AB. So, ano ba ang measure ng AB? So, this one, that is 4. So, sinulat ko lang yung DE kasi hindi natin pa alam ang kanyang value at yan ang sinusolve natin. So, again, from this formula, DE over AB. So, DE, we wrote DE lang over BE, AB rather, and AB is 4. So, sinulat ko yan dito sa denominator. So, that is equal to EF over BC. So, EF, ano bang value ng EF? So, that is 16 over BC. The value of BC is 8. Alright, so we have now this proportion. So, if you remember, for us to solve for the missing parts of a proportion, we will apply the cross multiplication property. Cross multiply natin. So, cross multiply DE and 8. So, DE times 8. So, that is 8 DE equals 4 times 16. Okay? 4 times 16 is equal to 64. Alright? So, aside from DE, pwede rin kayong gumamit ng any variable na you are comfortable to use. Okay? So, again, we are solving for DE. Meron siyang 8 sa kanyang gilid. So, we will divide both sides by 8. Alright? So, we will now cancel 8. So, we have now DE is equal to 64 divided by 8. That is equal to 8. Therefore, ang value ng DE is 8. Alright, so that's 8 units. So now let's solve for the other missing side, which is DF. Alright, so pwede natin nang ngayon gamitin yung ratio na nagko-correspond doon sa DE. Okay, kasi kumpleto na rin naman na siya. Alright, so again, DF ang nawawala natin. So we can have the ratio DF over, okay, so si DF, it corresponds to AC. So DF over AC is equal to, so pwede natin gamitin yung kaninang ginamit natin dito sa equation na to since alam natin na kompleto ang EF tsaka BC. Or pwede na nga, sabi natin nga, since nasagot na natin ang value ng DE, pwede rin natin gamitin ito. So depende po sa atin. Okay? So let's say gusto natin gamitin ito since kompleto na siya. So we can have here the ratio DE over AB. Okay? So, again, pwede ang DE over AB na ratio or pwedeng EF over BC. Now, let's substitute the value. So, we have DF, that's unknown, hindi pa natin alam. So, we will write DF, or bahala kayo kung anong variable ang gusto nyong gamitin, over AC. AC is equal to 6. Alright? Equals DE. Ano bang value ng DE? Na-solve na natin yan. That is 8 over AB. AB is equivalent to 4. Alright? So, cross multiply. Okay? Cross multiply. DF times 4, that is 4 DF equals 6 times 8. 6 times 8 is equal to 48. Divide both sides by 4. Cancel 4. So, DF is 48 divided by 4. That is equal to 12. So, therefore, the value of DF is 12. So here, DE, it's equal to 8. And then DF is equal to 12. Okay? And actually, guys, here, pwede nyo na rin siyang i-convert to lowest term para mas maliit yung value na makuha natin. Or hindi na tayo mag-simplify mamaya. Okay? Or mag-simplify sa final answer. 8 over 4, pwede na siyang i-simplify to 2 over 1. And then you do cross multiplication. So, result agad yan dito sa final answer. Okay? So, whichever way you want to do, as long as tama yung solution, we will still come up with the same correct answer. So, that is how we solve for the value of the missing parts of similar figures. So, thank you for watching. See you again on my next video. Goodbye.